Episcopal Castle in Otmuchów. The fortified castle from the beginning of history belonged to the Wrocław bishopric. For the first time, it is mentioned in the so-called Silver Bull of Pope Hadrian IV of April 23, 1155. This is also confirmed by the later bull of Pope Innocent IV of August 9, 1245. The Otmuchów castle was most likely captured after the Mongol invasion in 1241. Jan Długosz reported that the Mongols were camped near Otmuchów, venturing to the neighborhood lands. It is uncertain who started the construction of the stone stronghold. This initiative is attributed to the Bishop of Wrocław, Wawrzyniec, who was a bishop in the years 1207-1232. However, numerous extensions and reconstructions may indicate that the stone castle was built later. Before the Castellani of Otmuchów turned into the Duchy of Nysa of Wrocław bishops and Otmuchów became its first historical capital, between the Bishop of Wrocław Tomasz II Zaremba and Prince Henry IV Probus there was a dispute over the power over these lands in 1274-1287. As a result of this dispute, the Otmuchów castle was captured by the prince in 1285 and destroyed. The castle moats were also filled at that time. In 1290, after the death of Wrocław Duke Henry IV Probus, the Wrocław bishops officially began to use the ducal title. The main activities around the reconstruction of the castle in Otmuchów took place in the years 1341-1376, during the time of Prince Bishop Przecław from Pogorzela. After he granted city rights to Otmuchów in 1347 and completed the construction of the city defensive walls in 1369, joining the castle fortifications of Otmuchów at the end of the 14th century, he obtained an impressive defense system. From then on, the fortified castle was difficult to get, as demonstrated by the later period of the Hussite Wars, 1419-1436. However, the castle was tricked thanks to then administrator Mikołaj von Alzenau, who for the money and inviolability surrendered the castle, exposing himself to the bishop who put his treasury in the stronghold. Soon after this, von Alzenau was beheaded at the market in Wrocław. The castle seized by the Hussites, who significantly expanded and additionally fortified it. Finally, in 1435, it was bought by the bishop for 1,100 Czech grosz. 8 years later, it was once again captured when Hinko Kruszyna from Lichtenburg invaded the city, but it was returned in exchange for a tribute of 2,000 Hungarian guilders. In the years 1484-1485, the castle in Otmuchów gained a late Gothic robe. Works rebuilding the castle in the Renaissance style were carried out in the years 1586-1596 during the time of Bishop Andrzej Jerin. During the 30 Years' War, the castle was conquered and destroyed several times. In 1741, Prussian army bombed the stronghold, ruining its northern and western parts. After the period of the Silesian Wars, 1740-1763, only half of then strongholds survived from the shape of a closed horseshoe. During the Napoleonic Wars, the castle was conquered in 1807 and became the headquarters of General Dominique Vandamme and a hospital for French soldiers. Destroyed castle wings were pulled down when the castle was owned by Wilhelm von Humboldt, founder of the University of Berlin. He received the castle from Frederick William III after secularization of church goods carried out in 1810. During the Humboldt era, a magnificent garden was established on the site of the demolished castle wings. Rare specimens of trees and shrubs were brought to Otmuchów. For example, wigweed, ginkgo, bilboa, or Canadian linden. The castle remained in the hands of the Humboldt family until 1928, when the great-grandson of Wilhelm Bernhard von Humboldt-Dacheruden sold the castle to the city. The oldest preserved parts of the castle are its tower and southeastern wing, as well as a Gothic gate leading to the courtyard. Of the Renaissance remains are noteworthy sgraffito decorations and the coat of arms of Bishop Andrzej Jerin placed on the castle tower from the city side. From the east, the facade is barely visible sgraffito decoration, in better condition preserved in the southern part. A staircase comes from the Baroque period, probably built during the time of Wrocław Bishop Karol Ferdynand Waza. It hides one of the most important peculiarities of the castle, the so-called horse stairs, which probably arose during the time of the Bishop of Wrocław, Philip von Zinzendorf, who carried the sacrament of the Bishop of Wrocław in 1742-1747, and were used to bring the bishop to the castle chambers, who was carried on the litter due to his illness. Walls with shooting ranges have survived on the east side, most probably from the period of the castle's reconstruction after the Hussite Wars. In the west wing, near the castle well in the courtyard, there was a castle chapel in 1828. It is likely that the remnants of it are sundials mounted on the town hall building. Near the entrance gate to the courtyard, there is a marble relief depicting the last owner of the castle, Wilhelm von Humboldt by Joseph Obed, the famous Silesian sculptor. The castle interiors include coffered ceiling probably from the turn of the 16th and 17th centuries, which was reconstructed in the 20th century, and on the second floor in the middle part beamed ceiling from the turn of 17th and 18th centuries, and in the former Knights' Hall, hewn large beam with griffins from the coat of arms of Bishop Andrzej Irina. In the fireplace room, former Knights, a fireplace with a hidden passage is also noteworthy. There are also two death cells in the castle, hunger dungeon and a trap.